Okay, there we go. All right, so let's start. We got three cues. Okay, we'll start. We got 10 minutes left, so we'll just see what's going on since we got 2 minutes left. First click on the day. Hello. All right, so we first click on the day. You see it's a green candle, so it looks about like it's a uptrend pretty much. You want to go with the uptrend whenever you can. See where our volume is at and everything. Okay, it's at the top of the Bollinger Bands. These bands act like the floor and the ceiling. You know what I mean? Once it hits his top band, it usually goes back down. That's not always, just usually. And you also want to use these indicators with candlestick patterns. And I'll explain what those are later if you guys need me to. So that's at the top band. It's still, depending on when this candle ends, so it might have another candle go green. I'll let you know more towards the end. Oh, that's not even the 15-minute chart. It's the 4 hour chart. All right, so it's green overall for the 1 hour chart, or 15 minutes. Sounds right. Currently, it's at the top of the Bollinger Bands. So this one's probably gonna end red, right? Wait, hold on. Honestly, I don't know because it just crossed these EMAs. These two thick lines right here are the EMAs 9 and 21. When they cross up like that, that means it's you're expected like it might break in the up position or in the up move. So you see how I'm at three candles right here? As soon as those two bands crossed, so that's what it meant. It meant that it was a reversal. So it's gonna, you mean? And when it crossed downwards, sometimes you have like 3 to 5 candles going down. Not always, just you know what I mean. Most of the time. And this dotted line right here, this is your VWAP. I forget what it's called, but those are initials, and it's basically like a magnet for the price. You know what I mean? So like it's always gonna be attracted back to that line. And see the line curved up here. So I'll check all these other things, the RSI and the RSI where we're looking there. It's 80. So it's pretty much kind of on the verge of, it's pretty much at the oversold, overbought level. So it's also looking for a reversal down. You just had a reversal up. It's like, looking for a down candle, and it's at the top of the BB bands. So you're also going to be looking for a down candle. So if this one's up, there's a good chance that the next one will be down. And even if this one's down, there's a good chance that the next one will be down too. But sometimes I've noticed that when there's because they just crossed the EMEs, like I said, they just crossed those two thick lines I was talking about earlier. I'll show you again. Since these two lines just crossed not too long ago, sometimes and because it's an overall, it's an uptrend. Like I said, the 1 day right here is a green candle, and the 4 hour is a green candle. So that means the overall is an uptrend, right? So sometimes it goes back to go back in the Bollinger Bands, these two bands, it'll make a red candle, right? And then it'll go two more green ones or three more green ones before it does another red one because it's stuck in an uptrend right now. I don't know if you guys understand what I'm saying, if I said that correctly, but sometimes it does that. It doesn't do it always. So some smart people will usually wait to see what the next candle is after this one to see if it's going down or if it's going to continue trying to go back up, or some people just say fuck it and they gamble on the next one and they say, what I mean, like realistically it's supposed to go down. There's more of a chance it's going to go down than it's going to go up, to be honest, but there's also a slight chance it's going to continue to go up. I would say 70-30. 70% chance it's going to go down the next candle, 30% chance it's going to go up. You want to use all these with candlestick patterns, and candlestick patterns are like, they can be just one to two sticks, one to two candlesticks as a pattern. And you can remember what green means by a bull. When they strike up with their horns, and the price goes up. So the green are bulls. Bulls, when they attack people, they strike up with their horns. The price goes up. Green goes up. Green are bulls. A bear, when a bear strikes, bears are red. When a bear strikes, it strikes down with its paws. It strikes downward with its hand. So the price goes down. Red or bull bears, they go strike downwards when they attack. Price goes down. I don't know if that helps. That really helps me when I first started learning the candlestick charts. All right, let's see where it's at right now. 4 more minutes. And what I really like, so many people are still with us. All right, we still got people. All right, good. So what I really like is I like to go on to the 1 hour one on this market. And if you go on the 1 hour one, dude, the odds are way better. And and let me just show you guys real quick since we got 5 minutes right here. Let me just bring it over to the 1 hour one. And even though it says like I'll show you. So when you go to the hourly one, right? It says, all right, 9 p.m., right? That doesn't mean 9 p.m. It just means an hour from whatever it is. So 5:25. So that's why at 6 o'clock these will end. These contracts right here will end. You get what I'm saying? And you just have to be able to guess like if it's going to be above a certain price or between two prices. Like, and usually it's just 100. And these odds are way better than the odds on the 15-minute card because they're not. It's not robots taking these odds. And you can like, dude, the market is huge. Like, you just have to be or above that number. That's way easier than guessing yes or no on the 15-minute chart. To be honest. And I made way more money off of these ones than I have that 15-minute chart, to be honest. This is where all the smart traders go. I usually don't, I didn't really want to tell anybody this, but honestly, like, fuck it. You know what I mean? Setups against the system, right? And this is my favorite one because the odds are even lower on this one. Like, this is my buy time favorite one right here. And odds take all the way good up to pretty much on the hour. It's freaking insane, dude. And it's easy to guess this, especially when you have like the the candle charts, and you actually know what you're doing because you can go over the 1 minute candle chart, right, or the 1 hour candle chart, and you can do the same thing. But it's best just to do. I do it by the 15-minute candle chart, even for the 1 hour candle chart, because the 15-minute candle chart, 15 minutes make up the 1 hour. And some people like to go on the 1 minute chart and trade on the 1 minute chart for the 15-minute chart, and so you see how it bounces up and down right between the bands. So you can expect the next couple of bars to be up, and if each one is 1 minute, each bar represents 1 minute. How many bars does it take to get to the top? Right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 or 5. You know what I mean? To get to the top, that's 4 or 5 minutes. So if it only has 4 or 5 minutes left, and it gets down here, right, and it's at the bottom band, and it's like poking through the bottom band, and there's only 5 minutes left, and it's been going down, everyone's betting down, I would take the up odds because it's most likely going to go up, and then the candle's going to flip that last 5 minutes. So that's really good advice too. That's something I've learned too. I've actually lost money when I've noticed these type of things. I usually lose money on a bet, and I'm like, oh crap, like, what if I do? I would just done this. And sometimes I just sit here and watch these candle charts all day when I'm bored, even when I don't bet, and I just watch the candle charts all day and see what they do each 15 minutes, every 15 minutes, just to learn, just to figure it out. Like, so we got 1 minute left. Let's check the candle chart real quick. Sorry, I'm just really nervous. It's my first live video, my first video ever on YouTube, so let's go back to the 15 minutes, right? Big red one, like I said. Oh yeah. Also, when these bands squeeze together, right? That means whenever they're getting ready for a big reversal in one of the directions, right? Or they're getting ready for a big swing in one of the directions, either up or down. And when they widen out, that's when that swing happens. So right now they're widening out. So it could be the swing upwards that's happening. So honestly, the next candle, I would I would go with green. I don't know why, but I would just go with green. Oh, and the ATR down here on the bottom. This is all free, right? This website's all free and all this stuff is free. That means 152. That's how much money it's moving per every 15 minutes. So it's moving about $152 every 15 minutes in either direction. That's also a very good indicator to use. So we have 50 seconds left. Like I said, I think the next one's going to be up. But you guys can take what I told you. You can take what I told you and make your own guess. You know what I mean? Whatever you think yourself. I'm just trying to help people out with like the information, what I know, what I've learned. Like I said, I think the next one's gonna be down, guys. And another thing I like to do is right before it ends, I like to go to the crypto market, and this usually gets it back quicker for me. And I wait, wait for the 5 seconds to pop up. All right, it's already going back. So then I go back to the 15 maker market, and then I click on the thing again, and it usually gets me there quicker before anybody else, so I can bet quicker than anybody else when I'm on my phone, not when I'm on the computer. I don't know about the computer, and then I can bet quicker than anybody else. So I said I think it's going to be up this time. We'll see what happens. In theory, it should be down. The odds of it going down are more likely than it going up. But for some reason, I think it's going to go up. But in theory, it should go down. And another thing is, like, I would take odds whenever I can. So, like, because it's very volatile and it goes up and down very, like, drastically randomly. Because there are people like whales who will randomly buy or sell big chunks of Bitcoin and manipulate it just so they can win at Kalshi or Poly Market or one of the prediction apps. That is real. That does happen. So, like, and there are some other indicators we can use to see how big of an order somebody has bought or sell in Bitcoin. You can see the exact number, how much they spent or sold of it. So that's also a good indicator to use for when you're hunting that. But the indicators only show you what happened. They don't show you what's happening. They show you what's already happened. Basically, if that makes sense. What's happening and what's happened, but not really what's happening, but what's happened. It's hard to explain. Hard to explain. But yeah. Like I said, in theory, this should be down the whole time. But for some reason, I think it's going to go up eventually, sometime during this time during this trade. But in theory, the candle charts are pointing down. Let me smoke in my house. Okay. What is that smell? That's not smoke. Someone seems burning groceries. Is burning something in groceries? You guys haven't lit on fire? Well, what's going on? What's that smell? I need to know. Don't do that shit. That shit out of me, dog. Alrighty, so far, it's looking like it's down. Like I said, I wouldn't I would take profits at like usually I take profits at like if I got in at 50, I would take them at like 80. I mean, I try to get like 30% or more before I take profit. Sometimes I wait to the end, but most of the time I do take profit at 30% because I've had really bad luck where the last like 5 minutes all of a sudden it switches to the other side and I lose. And I used to be a firm believer in holding it to the very end, but it's rigged. So it can be rigged. It's not rigged every single time, but there are there are days that it's rigged more often than not, more times than not, and there are days that it's not rigged at all. But there are it is rigged here and there, basically. So hello. Alright. Yeah. So basically, I take profit at 80%, at like 30% or more. Usually, I'll take profit once I make 30% or more because Bitcoin is very volatile. It goes up and down very drastically, and people do manipulate it. Like they'll buy big. There's that smell again. It smells like fucking fire. Excuse my language. It smells like papers burning in my house. I live in an apartment, but where the Mexicans next door. But yeah. So people buy big chunks of Bitcoin, or they sell it, for the to cause it to go up or down. So like the last 5 minutes, it might go up out of nowhere, you know. So that's why I usually take profit once I've made 30% or better from what I started. And I guess I was right about it going down so far. Like I said, in theory, it was going to go down. What I thought it was going to go up, but I guess theory was right. If I hope any of you guys get rich, you better remember me. So as it's getting closer to the end, I'm going to check the charts to see what's going on. So we're going to look at the volume now, and we're going to see. So the volume ain't that great. It really never is on Bitcoin, which is weird. And the Bitcoin, right here, the place that it comes from is important. So you want to use, I don't know why I'm using Bitstamp. I'm pretty sure I have to look it up. Hold on. For sure, you either want to use Binance, whatever that is, or let me look it up right now. I think it's Coinbase because those are like the most like pretty much it's like a group of all the different brokerages and everything that you can buy Bitcoin from. Because each of these like are from certain like this one's Kraken. Those are just from the people that buy Bitcoin from on Kraken. So it just shows Kraken's Bitcoin cryptocurrency, like how much they've been buying or selling. Just the people that work that buy it off of Kraken. Yeah. So it doesn't show you like all the markets, all the different brokerage. It just shows you one, and there's a bunch of them. My favorite is public. It's not that great for cryptocurrencies, but stocks, it's pretty cool. I like public. Public is a great app and a great brokerage, in my opinion. And over to the right over here, you can see how much time is left. And if you open Trading View and then space Bitcoin, and then you hit on search on Google, this the first thing will pop up. If you click it, it will bring you to this, and then you go to open chart, it will bring you to this. Look, I'll show you. Click it on Google, it brings you to this. Over on the right hand side, it says full chart. Click it, right? It brings you to this page, but everything will be clear off of it. So what you do is you look at the top bar right by the numbers over here, and the little down arrow, you click down, and I want you to look at the star on the right side of the numbers, and I want you to click, go to minutes. I want you to click 1 minute, 3 minutes, 5 minutes, 15 minutes, 30 minutes, 1 hour, 4 hours, and 1 day. Click all of those because they all help you. And like I said, I would hit that 1 hour market a lot. For the Bitcoin, best thing you can do is the 1 hour markets. I'm telling you guys right now. And I'll help you guys with that. Shit. I'll help you guys with that. Because my sister's gonna be home soon, and I'm supposed to clean the house before she gets there and do her laundry. She lets me stay for free, so I'm trying to get on my feet again. Fortunately. But okay, so yeah. And then next to that, you go over a couple, and you see this little squiggly line, looks like a graph. You click it, it brings up this search thing. Uh, Click on the search and type in DB, and you see Bollinger Bands. Click that, and I click the star next to it first, and then I click the BB, the bands, and then after that, this it'll disappear. Click the search thing again, and search this time 9/21 EMA. If you search 9/21 EMA space VWAP space pullback, and it's created by AVD7788. I would star that and click that one. So now you should have Bollinger Bands and the EMAs clicked. The master options is what's called. You see on the left side of the screen at the top. So you see how these options right here? I would hide it, right? And hide the Bollinger Bands. And then go back to the indicator search menu and search volume. And click it and click the star next to it. Always click the star next to it. Right? And why you click these little eye things that hide it is because it lets you put more indicators on the chart. If not, it only lets you put 2. So now you're going to go back to the indicator search and you're going to type in RSI and shit, hold on. You're going to type in STOCHASTIC and then space RSI and then click the star and click it. And then the next one is ATR. Just type in ATR and it should be the average true range. Click the star next to it and click it. And that's the one for how much money it's moved for that amount of time. So now we have 2 minutes left on the 15-minute chart. Let's pull. I'm gonna do a quick analysis real quick for you guys. All right. So look what I said. It ended up being green in the end, just like I said, just like I told you guys. See, if you would have bought the low on the down, and you would have made so much money. You know what I mean? It was at like 20% right? At one point. See what I mean? Like 2 years of experience, don't lie, motherfucker. Right, so now I think it's gonna go. The next one's gonna be another one green. I think, depending on where this one ends, we'll see. I'll let you know. But if it ends where I think it's gonna end, the next one's most likely gonna be green. How you guys liking it so far? Let me know in the chat, please. If it ends green. So far, doesn't look like it's gonna end green. I guess I was wrong. But it did go into green. And if you would have bought the low on the green at 20%, it would have gone up to 70%. You could have sold that and made all this. You know what I mean? You could have flipped sides and made it. And how did I know that? Because, like I said, the RSI was only at 80. And honestly, these two bands, the EMA, these two bands, the blue one and the fucking yellow one, they flipped right here not too long ago. So that tells me that like it was due for a reversal. And these bands are widening out after they just had a squeeze. That means it's due for a swing in one direction, like a big swing. So they're expecting like a massive up or a massive down. Not always, but most of the time that's what they expect. And sometimes when they squeeze together, the market's not so chaotic. It's not so up down. Usually it's a lot more like, you know, like clean. Like it looked up, 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 down, down, up, 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 down, down. And I noticed also after a big up or down, 17 seconds left, it's red. I think the next one In theory, it's supposed to be red, but I think it's gonna be green. Most likely, it's gonna be red, but I think it's gonna be green. In theory, it's supposed to be red. Theory won last round, red. So, like I said, in theory, this one's supposed to be red, but for some reason, I think it's gonna be green just because crypto does that once in a while, throws a green one in there. But like I said, safe bet would be to go with red. This actually might be the swing or it might cross back. These EMEs might cross back downward, and because it's prepped for a good downward, has space to prep for a good long downward time for a good few candles, good few 15-minute rounds. God, I'm horrible at this. Well, I guess it is going to be red, huh? What I noticed is the BB bands and the EMAs matter a lot more than the RSI. But this ATR, I mean, at the bottom, like how many dollars it moves per like 15 minutes, because we're on the 15-minute chart, is one of my favorites. Because like that matters a lot. $151 every 15 minutes, especially when you're dealing with the 1 hour chart. I'm telling you guys, those 1 hour charts, dude. I usually get any about 30%, never over 50. It's always under 50. So I always make more than double my money, it seems like. And they hit way more often than the 15-minute charts ever have for me. Let's check out the 1 minute chart while we're waiting for this one to wrap, or the 1 hour chart while we're waiting for this one to wrap up. So I hope you guys went with down for this one. My sister's birthday on August 8th. Hoping to get enough like views and users to subscribe to where they start paying me. So I can be like, oh look, I'm starting to make money. We'll be out of your house hopefully soon. It's like, yeah, get out now, motherfucker. That's what she's like. Hello. Oh yeah, a big red candle. Let's see. And it's going over the enemies, I think. Yeah. The next one's for sure gonna be down again, I'm pretty sure. Theory for sure says that. I swear, anytime I post what I think on the chat and Kalish, I don't know if like the whales are watching it, but I swear they always manipulate the market and make it go exactly the opposite of what I say it's gonna be. So I quit posting on the public chat on Kalish because I felt like the whales were all like literally making it go the opposite of what I was telling people. Like it was messing with my confidence. So whenever I do have money and I would bet, like I'd pull out early as soon as it starts going the opposite direction, and I'd end up winning if I'd just stayed, and I'd lose money. So like, it really messed with my head. So I had to quit posting on the public chat on there because right now, like I've been right. Like I said, theory's been right like twice in a row now. Like, but I swear, if I would have posted this on Kalish, especially like telling everyone what's happening with the candle charts and everything, for sure they would have been like, "Oh nope, time to make it do the opposite." I also noticed at night, their whales must be asleep or something, or the people that manipulate the Bitcoin market, because it's a lot more calm and a lot more easy to read. Like I said, you guys can pull up these charts, and I'll tell you exactly the three indicators. You only need three to be able to be able to spot when a reversal is going to be. So, like, all you do is wait for it to be above one of these bands, above or below the band. So like this candle closing above or below it. So if it's above it, you want it to be above the band. You want these two bars, bands to cross, the EMAs to cross, and you want the RSI to be above 80, realistically above 100. Then you're expecting it to go down. Like, it will go down like 3 to fucking 5 red candles. 3 to 5 15-minute increments. It'll be down. So it's best to bet down when that happens. And for it going up, it's the exact opposite. You want these two bands to cross it upward, the blue one above the yellow one, for it to be going upward, and for it to be at the bottom of the bands, or below this one. And the RSI to be below 20. Realistically, you want it around like 1, below 10, below 5 for it to be going up. Then you're expecting one of the next candles to be up and for it to keep going up, usually. But sometimes there's exceptions. There are times that like it's like a fake reversal, I'll call it. And instead of going in off the direction that it's pointing, it goes the exact opposite. And that happens actually a lot more often than it happens frequently, we'll say. But I'm pretty good at spotting when that happens too. I've gotten good at it, honestly. Ever since it happened to me the first time and I lost a bunch of money on a bet, because I thought, oh yeah, for sure it's gonna go in this direction, and then it went the opposite, and I was like, oh fuck, and then I remembered. I was like, oh, I remember that for next time. You know, I was like, I remember that because I remember. I think like the RSI was the exact opposite of where it's supposed to be, but all the other signs were pointing the other way, and the EMAs just crossed. And usually when they just cross, that means for sure the next one's going to be in the sign of the reversal it's supposed to be. And so like they just crossed, and then they crossed back the other way after one candle, and it went in the opposite direction. And so like I said, I lost a bunch of money because I was betting on 3 to 5 candles to be in that direction that it said it was going to be, but it did a cross back in the other way after just one candle. So after the first candle, and then the second one, second one is the first one I'm talking about, closed. Then the next one is yeah. Oh, and for perps, there's actually a indicator just for perps. So there's 5 minutes left on this 15-minute chart. And what I like to do frequently, oh look at so it's switched. Now it's in a downward overall trend. So you want to go, you want to bet with the trend as much as you can. So it's going down. So it's a bet time to keep going, bet down. So like the next one for sure is probably gonna be down. Next candle down, even though it's 4 minutes left. And then we check on the 4 hour to make sure it's the same as the 1 day. And we check the 1 hour and the 30 minute because let's say there's only 15 minutes left on the 30-minute chart, right? And it's a big giant red candle. Well, then the 15-minute chart is even if it just started, most likely it's going to be ending red because the 30-minute chart only has 15 minutes left, and the first 15 minutes made a giant red candle, so it's probably going to end red. You know, if that makes any sense. Same with the 1 hour. Like once it gets to 15 minutes, or depending on what color candle is, like sometimes you want to bet with that as much as you can. You don't really want to bet against that. Sometimes, like if it is against that and you think it's going to be against that one, I won't take that bet. I'll just wait for the next one because the odds aren't great. But like I said, like when those times arise, I'll tell you. I'll be like, hey, it's a sketchy situation. I don't know. I'll let you guys know every time, like what I think and how sketchy the situation is. Because since I can't uh, rob Kalish and make any money off them, somebody needs to. Somebody needs to fuck this fucking pro app over, whatever it is. Damn, if you guys can do, you guys need to like go and tell people to join this shit. Just to help me get more people. I'll start making a schedule. I'll start scheduling days and shit after this one. Hold on, I gotta text my sister. There's 2 minutes left. 2 minutes left. Like I said, and I think the next one, like, this isn't gonna be hammered, but like, that almost looks like a candlestick pattern, which I'll explain whenever we come across one. The only thing that's weird is the volume isn't getting bigger. These volume candles down here should be getting bigger as these candles get bigger. Like that, what confirms that it's gonna keep going in that direction. So like that's what confirms the next one will be red. So since these volume candles aren't big, it's kind of scares me that randomly you were gonna get a green candle because that's what happens usually. But honestly, I think the next one we have a good chance. I'd say a really good chance of being a red. I'd say a great chance for some reason. I don't know why, but like I said, don't take my word on it. This isn't a guarantee. This is just the easiest route without easiest route it can go, basically. God, I hate the sound of my voice. It's fucking horrible. Next one's red. Get to drop this link in the chat on Kalish for me. I would do it, but I don't want to pull up the page and like type it in front of you guys and shit. Yeah. In theory, this one's supposed to be red. There's a good chance it'll be red. So even though it's going green, there's still a good chance it's gonna be red. I would say there's like a 70% chance. I would go red. If I had money and I was betting, I would literally bet red. I wouldn't bet a lot. I never do. I only bet $1 to $5 max, depending on, doesn't matter how much I have in my account. Because I noticed that you only bet a lot, it doesn't matter like because I'll take profit early. So it doesn't really matter how much you can make because you never make that amount because you always take profit early. And if you lose, it seems like once the odds start going against you, you start losing money way quicker than you gain it. It seems like when the odds are in your favor, it's weird. So like I don't know, I don't like to lose at all, basically. And when I do, I like to lose a little bit. So I don't mind little gains because I'd rather gain a little bit than like lose a bunch, you know? Because when I'm just betting $1 to $5, it only takes me like if I lose a bet, it only takes me like 2 to 3 bets max to be able to get that money back. Which you should never look at it like that when you're betting. You should never be like, oh, I need to bet more to be able to get my money back that I just lost. That's how they get you. That's one of the tricks. That's like how they get you to lose a bunch of money. Once you lost that money, don't worry about it. Like forget about it. It's gone. You know what I mean? Stick to whatever strategy you started with. Don't be trying to revenge buy. Don't be trying to revenge bet. Like saying, oh, I need to bet double now because I need to make back for the money I just lost. It doesn't work like that. That's like how I've lost a bunch of money. A lot of money. Like I said, some of the best advice I could give is taking profits early and uh, betting small amounts, regardless of how much you have in your account. Always small amounts. Like if I had like 100, I'd probably bet like two every time, 2 to 6. Bet under 100, one to 5. Usually I don't even bet 5. Usually I bet like 1 to 3. Honestly, I don't remember the last time I went over 3. Then again, I usually only put like $10, $15 in my account ever, and I'll make money doing crypto, and then I'll lose it all betting sport parlays, like freaking soccer or basketball or baseball. Dude, don't bet sport parlays. Like, they're horrible. That's why they also get you with this app, with the Kalish app. And when you do, I would just pick 2 to 3 players max, and I would do like strikeouts on baseball, 3 pointers on basketball, and soccer. I wouldn't touch with a 10-foot pole ever again. And I like NASCAR races. The NASCAR races on Khalees, dude, are sick, and the odds are always great. There's actually two today, and the odds are really great usually. And I wait till like the last because they do a pit stop the last like 20, 30 lap before the last like 23 laps to go. They do like a pit stop, so you want to wait till like the last like 15 laps to go before you bet. So whoever's in like first place, last 15 laps to go, most likely is going to be the winner, depending on how close the guy is in second behind him. Like if they're fighting for first, then I don't know, but if they're not, and he has an okay lead, like a couple seconds or a second, and his car is just as fast as the other one, like the other one doesn't have like the best lap and he has like the worst lap time, then most likely, yeah, they're gonna win. And I've actually won a lot of money that way betting on those races, the NASCAR races. You can bet on the first 10 first 10 place, the first five places placed, first three places placed. So, like, if they place in the first 10, you still win. You just have to bet on them placing the first 10. So that's, like, really cool, too. I know this is about police, but we still got 9 minutes to shoot the shit. So I guess this one's green. Like I said, sometimes Kalish will do that, throw a random monkey in the wrench. But let me check the other things, the other indicators, see where we're at. Uh, because the RSI is so high still, and they're pointing down kinda. Well, we'll see where this one ends. Cause I don't know. I depending on where this one ends, I either say red or most likely I'm gonna say if it was me, I wouldn't take a position, and I'm not really sure to be honest. This is why you take profits earlier. Like I said, I really hope this is helping some people. And don't get discouraged if this like a loss, you know what I mean? And like that's why I said bet low, and there's gonna be losses. Like I said, this isn't a guaranteed thing. This is just like what most likely will happen. The path of least resistance, basically, is what I'm trying to show you guys. Basically, I've seen couple people that have like these like trading things that they charge people, and I was like, that's fucking crazy, dude. Fucking huge. I'm a firm believer in like you bless people and you'll get blessed. You know what I mean? Karma. Yeah, I've been walked over a few times in my life. I mean, more times than I could probably count, but it's the past. You know what I mean? Shit happens. I'm not gonna let that shit change me. Somebody has to be nice in the world. Want to help people. So I guess somebody has to be walked all over. Oh, my problem is sometimes I feel like I help the wrong people. Like sometimes I wish I would help more people that aren't more deserving, but would do better with it. Like more good with the money or more good with the help that I give them. Or people that would go and bless people themselves after getting blessed, you know? I feel like a lot of times I don't help those people. Like I help people that are gonna do the wrong thing with the money or the wrong, they won't go bless somebody after this or, basically dickheads. Alright, so there's 5 minutes left on the thing. I'm gonna end this session here. I'm gonna tell you what the next candle might be, basically on my on theory. And I'm gonna tell you what the 1 hour candle might be in my theory, since it just started. I'm pretty sure. So that way you guys can try both markets. You know what I mean? Like I said, I would really try this 1 hour market. See, it's at 10 p.m., but I'm telling you, it's not 10 p.m. It'll say 1 hour or somewhere around here. It says like 30 minutes left or 60 minutes left. It has a timer around here somewhere. I'm sure you guys can find it if you look it up yourself. Oh, it's 10 p.m. because that's what time it is there. Oh, I get it now. Well, here where I'm at, it's only 6 p.m. Yeah. So, alright. So yeah, so I like to go on the actual kalshi, and I like to look at their 1 hour chart when I'm doing the 1 hour things. And I suggest everyone that's watching this to do this, right? So you see, the last hour, it only went between 646. Oh, I'm the wrong one. I don't want to be above. I want to be between two numbers. That's the best one. It has the lowest odds, and you make the most money off it. So the last hour, it's been between 600, 64500, and 64900. In the last 3 hours, it's been between about the same thing, 64500 and 64 or 6500, 5000, whatever. So we're trying to see where it's going to be in the next hour. So we're at 40 minutes. So let's look at the candle chart. Overall trend. Oh, we're back on green. Now let's look at the hour. Bollinger Bands. Ooh, they're squeezing. And they look like they might just start widening up. Alright, so we got a green candle. Big green candle, low volume. RSI is at 80. Kind of pointing up. Kind of not. But it's already at the bottom, at the top band, and it's poking through the top. Let's see what the EMA is here, cowboy. Alrighty then. Oh, they crossed, right? Not too long ago. Only went up twice. And it's above, well, it's touching and going above. Well, it started up below and it broke above all three of them, the VWAP and the EMAs, which is actually great for the green thing. And because they just crossed not too long ago, and they still have some room to go on our side, I think 1 hour. So I think this candle, I think it's going to stay up. Hold on, just give me a second. I'm trying to think, trying to give you guys a good number on it, like what I would literally bet if I had the money. Oh yeah, and let's look at the ATR for an hour. You know how much it moves. How many? So it's been moving about $266 an hour. So in about 40 minutes or whatever, 46 minutes. So 200, about $200. So $200 from 700. Yeah, I was thinking that. I was thinking 64,900 to 6,500. And I would do 64,800 to 6,900. So once again, I would do, I'll show you on this chart the numbers. I would do, shit, it's not there. So I would do 60, 64,900 to 64,999.99. That's the one I would do. Or I would do, and I would do both of these because the odds are really low, 13 and 17%. So 64,800 or to between 64,800 and 64,899. Or you guys can wait till there's like 30 minutes or 15 minutes left, and then you can see how close it is to one of those and then bet. But that's where I think it's going to be at, or maybe even a little bit above that. But like what the chart is basically saying, the chart is saying between 64,900 and 64,999. That's what in theory is saying. And I honestly think it is going to be in theory. But sometimes, just to be safe, I'll also do 64,800 to 64,899. Honestly, instead of that one, I'd probably do 6,500 to 65,099 because, like I said, the 1 day is a green one and the 4 hours a green one. So it's an overall uptrend, and it just crossed the EMAs and all those not too long ago. So I think like it will finish. I think it will finish healthy and good. I think it might even finish a little bit above this wick because they can always go bigger than the wick. Just because it stopped right there doesn't mean it can't get bigger. It can go up more and it can go down more. No, honestly, I would just do the 64,900 to 64 to 65. 64,900 to 64,999. Heard that? That's I would just stick with that, honestly, guys. That seems like a pretty that seems like a pretty solid a solid chunk. Like I have a good feeling about that for some reason. Like a great feeling. Like I would almost tell my own mom that good of a feeling to be able to bet on it. Sure. Alright, so I gotta go, guys. Unfortunately, my sister's gonna be home. I had to clean the house and wash dishes, but I'll be back at 7:30 or 8 p.m. tonight. I'll be back on. Check to see. Subscribe, like, and yeah, just like I said, 7:30 to 8 p.m. tonight. I'll be back on. So, the next candle. Oh, it already started. My bad, guys. So, like I said, this one was green. Yeah, the next one. I I don't know, to be honest. It's just like in a really sketchy spot. Oh, and because the overall trend is switched to all the way up, and they're both up, so it might be going back up already. Yeah, it looks like it's going back up already. Sometimes it'll touch this middle band and it'll go back up. It doesn't always have to drop down to the bottom band. Like I said, those aren't set in stone. This is just most likely what will happen. And this changes with it. This changes with the price. As the price changes, these will get bigger or smaller. So it does change and it does matter. Like this is just most likely what will happen. Like a candle can close outside of it, and then it can keep going and keep closing and staying outside of it, and this will grow bigger. It doesn't mean like the candle has to come back in and it has to have a red candle. No, it can keep going green candles and they can stay outside of it for hours if it wanted to. It doesn't matter. Like this one most likely will happen. That's why you have these other indicators with on like you check these other indicators and you check the different hours and the different time periods and you check your volume and you check all these different things to be able to come up with a conclusion, a prediction. But yeah, let me know what happens on the 1 hour chart. Like I said, you see it going down, that's okay. Remember, it's like a roller coaster. It goes up and down, up and down. That's what the price does. It's a stock, so people buy stock and sell stock. And as people buy and sell it, like normal people like you and me, it's going to go up and down. So, like, if a big chunk of it's sold, the price is going to go down for a little bit. And then people are going to buy some and it's going to go back up. So, like, don't be scared if it goes down. But with that said, also, like, I've noticed, like, let's say it's in a downtrend, right? And it's a big green candle. All of a sudden, the price drops and it gets to the bottom, and now it's going downward and it's a red candle. My phone just went off and I lost my train of thought. Shit. Oh, yeah. So once it crossed down and the overall trend is down, and that crossed below and it made a red candle, and it crossed below the target price that's set at, once it crosses below that target price and overall is a downtrend, it's most likely going to keep going down. I've noticed it's not going to go back up. So like I noticed that happens. I noticed that. I don't know how often that is, but like I noticed that happens more often than I like. Let's say because Because like I didn't get scared. Even if my candle goes in opposite directions, I'll still hold it. If the candle in theory is showing that it's gonna be up or whatever, or down or whatever it shows, I'll hold it. Even if the candle goes in opposite direction, regardless of how big the number goes in the opposite direction, it doesn't matter. Even if it's like 500 in the opposite direction, I'll still hold my position. Uh, but like I said, I feel like posting on Kalish has gotten me screwed over, and it's made the wheels literally stepped in and bought and made it go in the direction that I was thought the direction I was saying, and I've lost money a lot during that. I feel like I swear, like dude, I swear. That's why I quit posting on the social channel because I was like, dude, every time I post on there, it goes in the opposite direction, and I'll have like a big bet and I'll lose because I'll be trying to help other people. So I decided to try to like open a channel or something. But also, I'm trying to do this to try to help make myself money like anybody without a job or doing this shit, I guess. But yeah, like I said, I'll be back on at 7:30 or 8. God bless and hope so, guys. Tell everyone 8:30, 7:30 or 8. All right, bye. If I can stop this.